As many of you know, I am a very high-paid historian. So I wanted to take this time to teach you about the facts of the Haslem case from 1871 in Connecticut. This all started when the plaintiff directed his servants to rake abandoned horse manure into heaps that had accumulated in a public street, intending to carry it away the next day. Before he could do so, the defendant, who had no knowledge of the plaintiff's actions, found the heaps and hauled them off to his own land. The plaintiff sued the defendant in Trover, demanding payment for the price of the manure. The trial court held for the defendant, stating he owed nothing to the plaintiff. The plaintiff appealed and the Appellate Court of Connecticut held for the plaintiff, remanding the case for a new trial. The manure originally belonged to the owners of the horses that dropped it. But when the owners abandoned it on the road, it became the property of who was first to claim it. The court found that the best owner after the act of abandonment was the borough of Stamford, Connecticut, where the manure was found. In the absence of a claim to the manure by the officials of Stamford, the plaintiff was entitled to it by reason of trover. Trover is a form of lawsuit in common law countries for recovery of damages for wrongful taking of personal property. The plaintiff was entitled to damages because the defendant had committed a conversion. The manure had not become a part of the real estate, as the defendant had argued. It remained separate and unattached to the land, and hence was not part of the fee of estate. Comparing manure to seaweed and laws in the 19th century having to do with the scraping into piles of natural things of this sort, the court held that 24 hours was reasonable. That by this standard, and the fruits of his labor of raking into piles, the plaintiff was granted a new trial over the issue of damages. So I hope this little history lesson on the facts of Haslem versus Lockwoo helped prove to the voters of Florida that I really am a historian and not some high-paid lobbyist. Thank you for your time.